gardeners. I hope you guys are having a great day. My name is Miss Schlor, and we have been doing our phonics videos for the past 3 days. And today, for our last video of the week, we're actually going to read a story together, but we have some things that we are going to focus on while we read our story. So I'm going to take my pointer here, and I have our learning target, which is what we're trying to learn and trying to figure out. And I'm going to read it first, and then you are going to get a chance to read it after me. So listening first, we can ask and answer questions about a text. And you can't quite see my pictures that I have drawn right here, but above the word ask, I have some question marks because we ask questions. Then above our answer word, we have check marks. And for check marks, I like to go like this because that means I know the answer. And then remember, text is just another word for a book. So I hold my hands like a book. So I'm going to read it again one more time. I want you to watch what I do this time, and then you can do it with me in just a second. So we can ask and answer questions about a text. So now we're going to take it one more time, and you're going to repeat after me when I point at you. We can ask and answer questions about a text. Awesome job, my friends. So on our board right here, I have different question words written with some pictures that go with them. So we have 5 question words, and remember, these words are what start our sentence when we're asking a question, because sometimes we just like to say the answer and we forget that we need to ask first. So one of our question words is who, and that's talking about people. Who are the people in the story? What is talking about what are some of the things that are in the story. Maybe there was a cupcake, or maybe there was a swing set. What was in the story? The next question word we have is when. When is talking about the time. What time of day is it? Is it in the morning or is it in the nighttime? The next one is question word is where. Where does the story take place? And we actually have a special word for that, and that is the setting. And I like to hold my arms like this, like a house, because maybe the setting is in a farm. Maybe the setting is in a forest. Okay, so where are the characters in the story? And our last question word is why. Why are they doing that? Or why did they go there? So you can start your questions with any of these words. The story that we are going to read today is The 3 Billy Goats Gruff. And I want you to take a look at the pictures here. And I want you to think in your head, what are some questions you might have about this story before we even read? So remember, they are going to start with who, what, when, where, or why. So I want you to think of a question, and then we'll get started reading. Okay, hopefully you were able to think of a question. My question about this story are, who are the characters in this story? I wonder who they're going to be. And I'm starting my question with who. Who are the characters? So let's go ahead and get started reading The 3 Billy Goats Gruff, and then we'll see if we can answer some questions about this story at the end of the book. So The 3 Billy Goats Gruff. Once there lived 3 Billy Goats Gruff. They loved nothing more than eating grass all day long. Munch, munch, munch. But it had to be the sweetest, tastiest grass they could find. Time to look for some tastier grass, said the Billy Goat Gruff to his brothers one day. So they set off along the river. They wandered for miles and miles. Are we there yet? Asked the littlest Billy Goat Gruff. I'm starving. So you're thinking in your head, who are the characters? At last, they came to a bridge, and on the other side of it, they saw a lush meadow. That looks delicious, said the littlest Billy Goat Gruff. But a nasty troll lived under the bridge. He had long, sharp claws and pointed teeth. He liked nothing better than goat for dinner. Trip, trap. I'll cross first, said the littlest Billy Goat Gruff, and off he trotted with a trip, trap over the wooden bridge. Suddenly the troll jumped out in front of him. Who is that trip-trapping over my bridge? He roared. Only me, said the littlest Billy Goat Gruff. I need to get to the meadow beyond. Stop, growled the troll. I'm going to eat you for my dinner. Oh, but you should wait until my brother comes along, said the littlest Billy Goat Gruff. He's far bigger than me. Bye. And with a hop and a skip, the little goat jumped into the meadow beyond. Not long after, the middle-sized Billy Goat Gruff crossed the bridge. Trip, trap. Stop right there, the troll roared, jumping out. Who is trip-trapping over my bridge? It's me, looking for tasty grass to eat, said the middle-sized Billy Goat Gruff. But I want you for my dinner, said the troll. Oh, wait for my big brother. He'll make much better meal, said the middle-sized Billy Goat Gruff, and with a hop and a skip, he jumped into the meadow. The biggest Billy Goat Gruff was very strong with long, sharp horns. He decided to cross the bridge to join his little brothers. So we're going to stop right here for just a second, and I want you to think what is going to happen to the biggest Billy Goat Gruff. So we're going to make a prediction. That means we're going to guess what is going to happen. So I want you to think, and I'm going to give you some time to think about what might happen to that big Billy Goat. Okay, hopefully you made a guess about what that big Billy Goat was going to do. Trip, trap. The big Billy Goat Gruff clattered over the wooden bridge. That sounds like dinner, said the troll. He grabbed his knife and fork and jumped out onto the bridge. Who is trip-trapping over my bridge? He roared. Me, said the big Billy Goat Gruff, coming face to face with the troll. I'm on my way to the meadow beyond. But I want you for my dinner, said the troll a little nervously. I don't think so, said the big Billy Goat Gruff. The big Billy Goat Gruff lowered his head and showed the troll his long, sharp horns. He took a run at the troll and biff! Up went the troll high into the air, over the bridge, and far into the river below. Splash! Ah! Trip, trap. The big Billy Goat Gruff clattered all the way over the bridge and jumped into the meadow beyond. The three Billy Goats Gruff lived happily ever after. They were never bothered by trolls again. The end. And there is the Billy Goat, the littlest one, eating his flowers from the meadow, the grass from the meadow. And that is the end of the three Billy Goats. I want you to take a second to think back to our learning target. We said that we were going to ask and answer questions about a text. So before we started reading, you guys thought of some questions you might have about the book. Okay, and then Miss Laura even asked a question. My question was going to be, who were the characters in the story? The people or animals that did things. And I want to find out if we were able to answer that question and maybe answer some of the questions that you guys asked yourselves too. So I'm going to ask you a few different questions, and I want you to either tell maybe a pet in your house, maybe a brother or sister that you have sitting next to you, or maybe you can tell your stuffed animal, or maybe a family member that you have in your house. So I'm going to ask a question because we're working on answering the questions. And then you're going to go tell the adult or animal or stuffed animal the answer to that question. So the first question I have are, who were the characters? The characters are the people or animals that did things in the story. So think in your head, who were the characters? Okay, now I want you to go tell that person, and I'm going to give you 10 seconds, and I'm going to count down on my fingers. Ready, set, go. 10. Awesome job, my friends. I hope you guys were able to come up and tell your family member or your stuffed animal who the characters were. I'm going to tell you just so we can remember. The characters in the story were the troll, the big billy goat Gruff, the middle billy goat Gruff, and the littlest billy goat Gruff. Awesome job, my friends. Okay, I'm going to ask another question. You're going to think, and then you're going to go tell the person or animal or stuffed animal the answer. My next question is, where was the setting? Remember, the setting is where are the characters in the story? So where is the setting? Thinking in your head? Okay, now I'm going to give you 10 seconds to go tell your person. Here we go. Ready, set, go. 10, 5, and 0. Come on back, my friends. I'm going to tell you where the setting was so we can make sure that we are all on the same page. The setting was in the meadow. Remember, the billy goats were wanting to find some grass on the other side of the meadow so they could have some lush, healthy grass to eat for their dinner. Okay, we're going to do one more question, and you're going to think in your head and then go tell your family member or animal. So here we go. My question is, when was the story taking place? So when was the story? What time of day? Think in your head. Okay, I'm going to count down from 10 and you're going to go tell your family member when the story was. 10, 5, and 0. Awesome job, my friends. The story was at the evening time because remember the troll wanted to eat the billy goats for dinner. So it was in the evening whenever you kind of eat dinner. Awesome job, my friends, answering those questions. Now, to keep kind of learning, I want you to think of those questions that you had about the text before we started reading. And I want you to see if you can ask your family members when this video is over and go ask them those questions and see what they say. See if they can answer the questions that you had about this text. We're going to do one last thing. My question, remember, was who were the characters in the story? And you can do this activity with any book that you have at home. So if you read a book by yourself, or your mom or dad or grandma and grandpa or brother or sister read a book to you, You can do this activity too. So what we do is we are going to make a finger puppet of the characters that were in the story. I'm going to do the ones of the Three Billy Goats Gruff, but you could do different characters from a different story, or you could do the same ones as me. So I already drew my character. My character was the troll, and I drew it on a little piece of paper. You could do a big piece of paper or little. And what you're going to do is you're going to cut it out around his face. Remember, we want to ask our moms or dads or whoever is at home that is an adult if you can use scissors before you take them out. So now I have my character in a little circle right there. And then I also have a toilet paper roll that is empty. Now, you don't want to empty the toilet paper and pull it all out just to get to this. I'm sure your moms or dads or whoever's at home has one at home that they can grab for you that's already been used. So I have my toilet paper roll, and I'm going to kind of squish it down. And then I'm going to take my scissors again, and I'm going to cut a little piece of it off. So now I have this little circle that I can stick onto my fingers like this. And then finally, the last step is you can take tape or you could take glue, and you're going to put glue on the back of your character or tape and then stick it on to your finger puppet. So now stick it onto your toilet paper roll. So now I have a finger puppet of my troll. I could make 3 more. I could make the little Billy Goat Gruff, big Billy Goat Gruff, and middle Billy Goat Gruff. And I could practice retelling the story this way, or I could just play with them and act out the story on my own with these puppets. So remember, you can do this with your own book, or you can do it with the Three Billy Goats Gruff if you want. And remember, we want to ask our moms and dads if it's okay if we use those materials before we take them out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. I will see you on Monday for our phonics lesson, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. I'll see you next time. Bye!
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. My name is Ms. Zhang, and I am a kindergarten teacher at Silver Lake Elementary here in Federal Way, and I am here with another kindergarten math lesson. We're going to do something called a counting collection. It's going to be a little bit different because we're not in person, but through the screen, I'm going to show you some of my blocks, and your job is to count them. I know it's a little bit hard because you can't actually touch them, but maybe we can count them looking at the screen. I'm going to give you a couple seconds, or maybe a minute or two, to count how many cubes I have on the screen. And then we will count them together to see if you are correct. Okay? So I'll give you another 20 seconds or so, and we'll see how many cubes are on my screen. All right. All right. So remember that number that you got. Maybe write it down if you can, if you have something to write it down onto, or tell someone around you what that number is. Okay. So remember that, and as we're counting. So what I like to do, and unfortunately you weren't able to do because it's through a screen, is I like to actually move them a little bit when I want to tell me that I counted it. So let's start with this one and count with me, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So how many cubes did I have on the screen? Yeah, I had 20. I had 20 cubes. All right. Did you get that right? Were you a little off? If you were right, give yourself a big pat on the back. Or like I said earlier, you can kiss your brain. Tell your brain, thank you for working so hard. All right. We had 20 cubes, which is pretty exciting. Nice job, friends. Thank you for doing that with me. Next, what I want to do is we're going to jump right into our learning target for today. So this week we've been really working on addition and subtraction, and today is no different. So let me get ready to share my screen. All right, share, and then we can talk about our learning target for today. All right, so our learning target, read it with me, please. Learning target. Students will be able to add and subtract 2 dice. All right, so if you don't know what a dice is, let me see if I, or a die. Let me see if I can draw it. Oh, that's not a very good drawing. A die is one of those things, a lot of times you see them in games. They're 6-sided and they can have all different amounts of, it's 1 through 6, sorry, the number of dots on each side of a dice. Sorry, John can't think very well today. So today we're going to be messing around with some dice, and we're going to be adding and subtracting them based on the numbers that we roll. All right, which I think will be pretty fun. So the only things you need, maybe if you want to write them down with us, I would suggest a piece of paper and something to write with. So make sure you go grab that while I am setting up for our little activity. Let me stop sharing, and then I'm going to share my other screen. So while I am doing this, make sure you have a piece of paper or something to write on, and then something to write with. So since I'm using my little dry erase board, I have my dry erase marker and my board for writing on, and then I have my 2 dice that we are going to be using. So we're going to start with addition, and remember addition, let me show you with my hands, addition is when we bring things together, right? So we're putting things together when it comes to addition. Subtraction is a little bit different. Subtraction, we're taking things away. So one number that we roll is going to be taken away from the other number. It's kind of cool. So we're going to start with addition. And if you remember, addition has this cool That's our addition symbol or our plus sign. This is what tells us we are adding or putting things together. Okay. All right, so let's just go ahead and get into it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll 2 dice. And one of them is going to be my first number, and then the other one's going to be my second number. Okay? And then we're going to add those numbers together that we get. So let's see if I can roll this and keep it on the board. Oh, it kind of went off the board. That is our number. Oops. That is our number 1. So our first number, and you can go ahead and write this down too, is 1. And we know we are doing addition, right? So we're going to add. So I'm going to put like plus sign. I'm going to keep that dice there so we can remember. And then I'm going to roll our dice, our other dice. Ooh, oh wow. When you roll 2 ones with 2 dice, that's what people call snake eyes. All right, so if you notice now, it's 1 plus a 1. And make sure you copy that down too. And then I went ahead and put my equal sign. So I have space for a place to put my answer. So I read it 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1, you can either use your fingers to figure it out, or you can honestly, you can just use the dice. So I'm going to count how many dots I see all together, because that's addition. We're putting them together. So 1, 2. What's our answer? 2. So we have 1 plus 1 equals 2. Nice job. All right. Now, let's do one more together, and then we'll maybe do 2 by yourself. Okay, where I'm just going to roll the dice, and you have to write the equations to solve it. All right, so let me roll our first dice, or our first die, actually. Oh, okay. Hopefully you can see that. It's a little dark. Not sure if that's much better. But here is our dice. How many dots do you see? Take a second to count. I counted 6. So our first dice is a 6. And again, we're still adding, so you can go ahead and put that addition symbol there. All right, I'm going to roll our second dice. I'm trying to make it all random. And oh, it went off the screen. Oh, it's a little dirty, but can you see that? How many dots is that? Take a second to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5. Equals. All right, so this one might be a little bit of a big number. So try counting all the dots together now. So 6 plus 5, that plus sign tells us we're putting them together. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. So let's read our full equation. 6 plus 5 equals 11. Nice job. All right, this time you're doing it by yourself. So what I will do is I will roll the dice, but it's your job to write the equation. If you want, I can show you a little what it's supposed to look like, and then we'll fill it in later. All right, here's our first dice. Let me get this one out of the screen. Boop. I went a little off the screen. There's our first dice. And here comes our second. All right, so fill in our equation. What should it be? Our learning target today says students will be able to add and subtract 2 dice. Take a second to fill it in, then solve it. All right. This first dice, how many dots are there? 1. So I'm going to fill in a 1 plus, because we are adding. How many dots are on our second dice? I got 4. All right. I'm going to read our equation. 1 plus 4 equals, let's count all our dice, or our dots, I mean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 total. 1 plus 4 equals 5. All right, nice job. We're going to do one more. Oh, I shouldn't have erased our template and just have to write it again. All right, we'll do one last addition one, and then we'll move on to subtraction, which I think is also really fun. Okay, I'm gonna roll it. Ooh, here's our first number. Did a pretty good job keeping it on the screen. And then there's our second number. All right, again, you gotta count our dots to fill them into our blanks. And then don't forget to fill in our equal sign or what the answer is going to be. All right, let's count. Our first dice has 1, 2, 3. I got 3. Our second dice is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6 for this one. And then all together, because addition is all about putting them together, so I can even put my dice together. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's read our equation together. 3 plus 6 equals 9. Give yourself a really big pat on the back if you got that correct. And nicely done. All right, so that was pretty fun. That was all about subtracting our dice, or what did I just say? That was all about adding our dice. Now we're going to focus on subtracting them. A reminder, our subtraction symbol is just that. It's just a straight across line like that. That tells us, oh, we're subtracting. Okay. All right, so for subtracting, I actually need to roll them. I'm going to roll them together at the same time because that actually is really important when it comes to subtraction because we need the bigger number to come first. Okay, so whatever dice is the biggest goes first. All right, wow, look at that. All right, which one is, well, let's count our dice, or the dots on our dice. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which one's bigger? Yeah, hopefully you said 6. 6 is bigger than 4. So we're actually going to start with 6. So we're going to take 6, we have 6 here, and we're going to subtract because we're taking away. That's what subtraction is all about, like taking away. We're going to subtract 4. All right, so this one's a little bit tougher. I can't really model it with the dice, but what I can do, and what you can do as well, is you can draw maybe 6 dots. So we start with 6, right? And this symbol tells us we are taking away. We're going to take away. And how many are we taking away? This number right here, 4. So we're going to be taking away 4 of our dots. I'm just going to put a little cross on the ones that we're taking away. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so we had 6 originally. We took 4 away. Now how many are we left with? Yep, we're left with 2. All right, so let's read our equation together. 6 minus, or 6 take away, 4 equals 2. Another way, if you didn't want to use dots, you can use your fingers. Remember, we have 6, and we're going to be taking away 4. So 6, let's count. I already counted my 4 fingers up, and now I'm going to take away 4. It can be any 4 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm left with how many fingers? Just these 2. So again, 6 take away 4 equals 2. Nice job. All right, let's do one more together. And that might be all we have time for today. Let's roll them. All right, they came off the screen again. But again, remember we have to start with a bigger number if we're subtracting. So, and I already know this is 1. I know that 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is bigger than 1. So I'm going to start with 4. Write it down with me. 4, because this is 4 dice, or 4 dots, take away. Let's take minus. 4 minus or take away. How many? 1 equals, I don't know, let's figure it out. So this time I'm going to model it with some cubes. I have 4 of these blue cubes. I'm starting with 4 of these blue cubes. And how many do I need to take away? Let's look down at our equation. 4, take away 1. So I need to take away 1. And I'm left with how many? Let's count. 1, 2, 3. All right, so 4 take away 1 equals 3. All right, nice job, boys and girls. That is the end of our lesson today. You all did a great job. Thank you for following along and participating. I hope you had some fun practicing addition and subtraction with these 2 dice. You can always use it at home if you have a pair of dice. Maybe you can borrow them from a board game or something that you may have. All right, have a great weekend. We will not see you tomorrow. All right, see you next week though. Bye.
Hola, niños y niñas, ¿cómo están? Qué gusto verlos otra vez. Ya estamos en nuestro día número 4, ¿pueden creerlo? ¿Cómo hemos aprendido esta semana? Hoy, en nuestro último día de esta semana, vamos a seguir aprendiendo sobre restas. Ya hemos aprendido sumas con números hasta 5, sumas con números hasta 10, restas con números hasta 5 y hoy nos corresponde restas con números hasta 10. ¿Están listos? Ya saben, nos vamos a cambiar de canal. A la cuenta de 3 nos damos una vuelta y cambiamos al canal del aprendizaje. ¿Listos? Okay. A la cuenta de 3. 1, 2 y 3. Aquí vamos. Ya estoy lista para aprender. ¿Y ustedes? ¿Están listos? Yo sé que sí. Aquí vamos. Como ya estamos listos, vamos a comenzar con nuestro calendario. ¿Recuerdan qué día fue ayer? Pensemos un poquito. A ver, les voy a mostrar. Ayer comenzamos con el día miércoles. Si ayer fue miércoles, ¿qué día será hoy? Veamos, lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves. Excelente. Hoy es jueves y dijimos que estábamos en el mes de... ¿En qué mes estamos? Julio. ¿Recuerdan? ¿Qué significa un balde y una pala? Que podemos ir a jugar a la playa porque hace calor, estamos en verano. Aunque aquí a veces en Washington no hace mucho calor y llueve, pero aún así estamos en la estación de verano. Por lo tanto, hoy es miércoles, perdón, ayer fue miércoles 8 de julio, por lo tanto, hoy será jueves Pensemos, 8 le vamos a agregar un día más. Por lo tanto, es 8 más 1. ¿Qué día será hoy? Ayúdenme a contar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Exactamente, 9 de julio. Tenemos 3 9 aquí. El 9 con el pescadito, el 9 con el delfín y el 9 con el cangrejo. ¿Recuerdan lo que tenemos que hacer? Exactamente, seguir el patrón, una secuencia. Ya lo hemos practicado muchas veces, así que yo sé que ya van a poder adivinar cuál es el que viene. ¿Listos? Pez, cangrejo, delfín. Pez, cangrejo, delfín. Pez, cangrejo, pez. Oh, ¿me están diciendo que no? Exactamente, no, 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 no. Pez, cangrejo, delfín. Pez, cangrejo, delfín. Pez, cangrejo, delfín. ¿Están seguros? Exactamente, muy bien. Así es una secuencia. Siempre se repite el mismo patrón. ¿Qué vendrá mañana? Mañana no vamos a estar aquí. Vamos a verlo la próxima semana, el día lunes. ¿Ok? Seguimos con nuestra lección del día de hoy. Como ya saben, vamos a conectar lo que aprendimos ayer con lo que vamos a aprender hoy. ¿Qué aprendimos ayer? ¿Alguien me puede decir qué fue lo que aprendimos ayer? Pensemos. Ya lo saben, exactamente. Ayer aprendimos a representar la resta. ¿Recuerdan lo que significaba resta? Restar es quitar. Excelente. Y lo aprendimos a hacer de diversas maneras. Diversas significa diferentes. Como lo hicimos usando objetos. También lo hicimos utilizando nuestros dedos como todos los días. Y finalmente, utilizando ecuaciones numéricas donde las podíamos escribir para después resolverlas. Okay. Como ya aprendimos eso ayer, hoy nos vamos a enfocar en otra meta de aprendizajes. Así que les voy a dar la bienvenida a nuestra cuarta lección de matemáticas. Cuarta significa 4, nuestro día 4. ¿Recuerdan lo que necesitamos para trabajar? Solamente como nos muestra el dibujo, papel o lápiz. Si ustedes tienen una pizarrita y marcadores, también está perfecto. ¿Listos? Ok. Nuestra meta del día de hoy es aprender a restar. Ya sabemos, ¿cierto? Restar es quitar, pero con números hasta el 10. ¿Están listos? ¿Cómo lo vamos a lograr? Vamos a poder restar empleando objetos. No solamente pueden ser libros, cualquier tipo de objetos. Podré restar nuevamente usando mis dedos. Podré resolver ecuaciones numéricas de un problema escrito, como esta, un poquito más grandes ya. Ya todos tienen su papel y su lápiz para comenzar. Esto se ve un poco más difícil, pero yo sé que ustedes pueden resolverlo. Nuestra primera resta del día de hoy dice 8. Nuestro signo menos, ¿qué significa? Restar es quitar. ¡Excelente! Si me dice 8, quiere decir, ¿cuántos objetos tengo que poner? Acertaron, 8 objetos. Hoy tenemos nuestro sol. Ayúdame a contar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 y 8 objetos. Excelente. ¿Cuántos les tenemos que quitar? Menos 3. Muy bien. Por lo tanto, vamos a tachar 3. 1, 2, 3. ¿Están listos para contar ahora? 1. ¿Cuántos nos quedaron? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Eso quiere decir que 8 menos 3 es igual a, lápiz mágico, es igual a 5. Excelente. Vamos a usar una un poquito más delgada que esa. 5. ¿Están listos para el segundo? Ok, el segundo dice 10 menos 4. Menos, ¿qué significa? Restar es quitar. Ahora háganlo ustedes. Voy a esperar. Usen objetos, los pueden dibujar o pueden usar objetos de su casa. Me gusta esa estrategia. Excelente. Veo que estás usando tus dedos, tú estás usando objetos o tú estás dibujando. Excelente, niños. Vamos a ver cómo nos resulta. Me está diciendo 10. Vamos a ocupar estas lunas para poner 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 y 10. Buen trabajo. Y ahora nos dice el signo que tenemos que restar. Restar es quitar. ¿Cuántos les vamos a quitar? ¿Cuántas? Exactamente, les vamos a quitar 4. Vamos a testar 4. 1, 2, 3 y 4. ¿Cuántas nos quedaron ahora? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Eso quiere decir, ups, no, mejor vamos a usar mi lápiz mágico. Eso quiere decir que 10 menos 4 es igual a 6. Excelente trabajo. ¿Por qué tenemos estas manitos acá? ¿Qué creen ustedes? Para comprobar usando nuestros dedos. ¿Están listos? Volvamos a los soles. ¿Cuántos soles tenemos que tener o cuántos dedos? 8. Veamos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dedos. ¿Cuántos les tengo que quitar? 3. ¿Están listos? 1, 2, 3. ¿Cuántos me quedaron? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excelente. Estábamos en lo correcto. El segundo nos dice 10. Yo ya sé que en una mano tengo 5 y en esta mano tengo 5. 5 y 5, veamos cuánto nos da. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow, dos manos son 10 dedos. 10 y le vamos a quitar 4. ¿Están listos? 1, 2, 3, 4. ¿Cuántos me quedaron? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Estábamos en lo correcto nuevamente. Digan así, háganse así. Excelente trabajo. Vamos a nuestro próximo ejercicio. Quiero que lo hagan ustedes primero. Dice así, 7 menos 0. Pensemos. Yo hice estrellitas. Ustedes pueden dibujar lo que ustedes quieran en su papel. ¿Cuántas estrellitas tendré que poner? ¿Cómo? Exactamente 7. Veamos, ayúdenme a contar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 y 7. Y ahora dice el signo menos, que significa restar es quitar. ¿Cuánto les vamos a quitar? 0. Vamos a quitarle, voy a usar mi marcador para quitar. Esperen, 0. ¿Cuánto le tengo que quitar? Ninguna, porque 0 es ninguno. Por lo tanto, 7 menos 0 es igual a 7. Queda exactamente igual. Ahí está con nuestro lápiz mágico el 7. Siguiente ejercicio. Cometas. ¿Cuántos cometas tenemos que poner? Piensen, vean la ecuación numérica. Están en lo correcto. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 y 9. Muy bien. Viene otra vez el signo menos, lo cual significa restar es quitar. Y le quitamos, ¿cuántos dijimos? Le quitamos 3. ¿Recuerdan? Exactamente, 3. Ayúdenme a quitarle 3. 1, 2, 3. ¿Cuántas nos quedarán? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Por lo tanto, 9 menos 3 es igual a 6. Wow, lo están haciendo excelentemente bien el día de hoy. Nos vamos a tomar un descanso. Un descanso con nuestra adivinanza del día de hoy. ¿Están listos? Lo voy a leer. Cuando te pones a contar, por mí tienes que empezar. Cuando te pones a contar, por mí tienes que empezar. ¿Ya lo saben? ¿Están seguros? Pregúntale a alguien en tu casa, ¿cuál será? Cuando te pones a contar, por mí tienes que empezar. Veamos. Exactamente el número 1. Comenzamos a contar con el 1, 2. Wow, qué inteligentes. Nos vamos a la siguiente. ¿Listos? Nuestro siguiente y último trabajo del día es leer este problema. Lo leo yo y ustedes escuchan, lo leemos juntos, subrayamos y lo resolvemos. Ahora que escuchen. Hay 8 pájaros en el árbol. 3 pájaros se fueron volando. ¿Cuántos pájaros hay en el árbol ahora? Veamos. ¿Qué puedo hacer? Ok. Ahora lo leemos todos juntos. Hay 8 pájaros en el árbol. 3 pájaros se fueron volando. ¿Cuántos pájaros hay en el árbol ahora? Vamos a ocupar nuestros objetos. ¿Cuántos pajaritos tenían que haber en el árbol? Primero lo vamos a subrayar. Teníamos 8 pajaritos en el árbol. ¿Cuántos se fueron volando? 3 pajaritos se fueron volando. Y mi palabra clave, diría yo, sería fueron. Fueron significa que se van. Por lo tanto, es una resta. Y resta significa restar es quitar. Vamos a poner los pajaritos que son 8. ¿Listos? 1. A ver si caben todos. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Y 8. ¿Cuántos se van a ir volando? 3 se van a ir volando. Dígale adiós. 1 va volando. 1. Aquí se va otro. Volando, volando. 2. Y 1 más se fue volando. ¿Cuántos nos quedan ahora? Ahora tenemos que contarlos. 1, 2, 3, 4 y 5 pajaritos quedaron en el árbol. Y tenemos nuestra oración para contestar esta pregunta. Ahora hay 5 pájaros en el árbol. Excelente trabajo, chicos. Si lo escribimos en una oración, diríamos 8 menos 3 es igual a, ¿están listos? 5. Excelente. Y como siempre, se nos pasó el tiempo muy rápido. Aprender es muy divertido, pero ya llegó la hora de despedirnos. Vamos a repasar. ¿Qué aprendimos el día de hoy? Hoy aprendimos a restar. Dijimos que era restar es quitar. Pero hoy aprendimos a restar números hasta el 10, o sea, números más grandes. También utilizando objetos. Utilizamos distintos objetos, ¿recuerdan? Dijimos restar números hasta el 10 nuevamente utilizando nuestros dedos. Y finalmente restar utilizando una ecuación numérica, como por ejemplo 10 menos 5 es igual a 5. Muchas gracias por haber estado hoy en mi clase. Espero que hayan aprendido mucho y nos vemos la próxima semana con una nueva aventura de aprendizaje. ¿Saben lo que vamos a aprender? Vamos a aprender las relaciones entre los números y las cantidades. Espero estén listos, que tengan un lindo fin de semana y gracias por estar aquí conmigo. Adiós, chao.